Veterans are not a broken talent pool. They are a misunderstood and underutilized talent pool. I'm Matt Lewis, award-winning author and advisor. Was commissioned out of West Point in 1991. Spent 5 years active duty serving in the military. Spent another 16 years in the reserve following that. I used graduate school as my transition vehicle. Retired about 3 years ago, whereupon I focused on my kind of personal mission of eliminating the civil military divide. To me, the civil military divide is really, from a strategic standpoint, the thing preventing the employment in optimal career fields for today's service members. My work in that space involves 3 parallel paths. First one, the mission transition practical guide to help service members find full employment in optimal career fields when they leave the military. That obviously addresses the military side of the civil divide. That's just half the divide. The Blue Book, Hiring Veterans, a practical guide to help organizational leaders bring on those veterans and their spouses. What's still missing is a warm handoff in between your last duty station and in the community in which you settle. What do these individuals bring to bear? They've been typically downrange. They've been in discontinuous environments. They've rubbed elbows with other cultures. They've likely spoken other languages. They've had to create order from chaos. They've worked in hierarchical environments. They've had to learn to coordinate with peers and echelons above and adjacent to them. It's a huge experience. And surveys of HR leaders tell us that they have found, again, upon successful assimilation in those organizations, veterans tend to perform better, are promoted faster, and are easier to manage than their civilian counterparts. What our 16, 17-year-olds find today is, in pondering whether or not to raise their right hand to support the Constitution of the country, are the 2 predominant narratives out there, one of which is suicidality. The other primary theme is lack of successful employment outcomes, whereby veterans are underemployed, meaning they're unable to utilize the skills, training, experience, education, everything that they've accrued through a multitude of their years in uniform. If the Department of Defense would be invested in helping those service members successfully transition, they would then have incredible stories to tell to the 16 or 17-year-olds that represent the next generation of recruits. I wear this uniform because I wore that uniform in the military. I'm able to do this because I served. That's not a story that's being told today. If done well, successfully, at scale, not only will our service members be fully employed, and in the course of doing so, be helping themselves and their families, it will obliterate the suicidality rate. It is a win-win-win-win-win for the organizations, for the service members, for their families, for the economy, for the nation's security. No one loses if we do this well.